is right here, and then our second daughter, our third daughter, and our last daughter is not in this family picture. This happened after she passed away. Our third daughter really struggled with depression from the time she was 14 until the time she was 18. We had her in counseling, medications. We helped her. There were nights when we were in her room talking until 2 or 3 in the morning. One night we thought maybe it would help her if her room was clean because it was kind of messy, and we thought maybe an environmental change would help. So we all cleaned her room, and that helped her for a little while. So we worked with her and worried about her for years, and just about the time she turned 18, our youngest daughter was 13 and a half, Olivia. She committed suicide one day while we were at church. She had stayed home because she said she was sick, and when Corey got home, he got home first and he found her. She had been a happy girl, had lots of friends, was doing well in school. We had no indication that there was anything that way with her that was like her sister. And it was such a shock and so out of the blue. In fact, family members, when they were told that Olivia had just committed suicide, they thought that it was Kate, our third daughter. They thought that she'd finally done something from all the years of depression.
They thought we told them the wrong daughter's name, because what was computing in their mind, no, they got the wrong one. It was Kate, because that's where.
I guess I even thought that when I pulled into the driveway and he came out and told me that Olivia had shot herself. I immediately, Kate was in my mind, not Olivia. And so it was confusing for a few seconds. And so when family came over and they saw Kate standing there, they were confused. And so it was just really strange, really out of the blue.
So we felt like we was never strangers to the possibility of suicide in our family, but certainly this blindsided us because we felt from the signs and things that would not be Olivia.
Yeah, it would have been just as devastating if Kate had done it, but not as shocking. But for Olivia to do it, and she was only 13 and a half, that was a real shock. And it's been very hard for us to, we're missing her all the time. Her sisters miss her so much. The older grandkids remember her vaguely, but the younger ones don't remember her. And it's just really hard. We miss her all the time, think about her all the time. We'll have happy times where we remember a funny memory and we laugh, but she's always missing every holiday, every family get-together. She had several cousins the same age, so every family reunion, the cousins are sitting there without Olivia, and so that always hits.
And to try to explain to our grandchildren where their Aunt Olivia is a very difficult thing. The discussion came up even tonight with our little grandson, and for those young children to try and understand this. And the reason we want this message to get out too is to not, we certainly know there are classic signs of suicide, but sometimes they're are no signs that seem to be obvious. And with Olivia, we feel that's the case. And we just really feel like communication is so important with our children. If we can have time, spend time together talking and being really honest with each other around a dinner table or whatever it may be, to have that really honest and frank discussion with your children to say, you know, if something is bothering you, if something is hurting you, please talk to us. We're your friends. We want to know. We want to help you. Because we certainly don't want any other families to go through what we have gone through. If there's anything we could do to not have another family go through this, that's what our intent would be. When you good people ask us to share our story and knew it would be painful for us, yes, it is very painful for us, but we're grateful to do it if it can help somebody else avoid this. Don't be paranoid about this, but don't think that it can't happen with any of your children, any of them, period. That's definitely what shocked us, because she probably would have been the last one in our family we would have guessed would have done that.
Yeah.
So that
it feels like she wasn't even old enough to start an emotional journey like that.
I feel like that Olivia was in a spot in her life where she really was in this tunnel, and unfortunately I don't think there was a light at the end of this tunnel for her, at least as far as she could see. We know there would be, but for her, she felt trapped and things were happening in her life, and like I say, if she would have communicated with us, I think we could have pulled her out of that. We could have changed her environment in some way. And if she just could have got through and realized and not taken such drastic action, life would have been better for her now. She would be 16 years old now. She would be driving a car. She would be dating. She would be having a good time if she just would have reached out for help and got through that critical time.
So I think parents should really try to talk to their kids, ask questions, try and find out what's going on with them. I don't think teenagers like to tell parents anything, so you've got to get into their minds and let them know that they won't get in trouble if there's anything they need to talk about, you know. Whatever she was going through with friends and I think there was a boyfriend, if she had told us, we could have helped her.
For Becky and I, we were very open. We like to talk about Olivia. We don't want people to hush hush, let's not talk about it, let's not mention, and I can't speak for everybody out there, but certainly for Becky and I, it's very helpful, it's very therapeutic if people will talk to us and if we can talk about Olivia, because we certainly love her to pieces and we want to talk about her and not hide her somewhere and pretend like she's something terrible, because she's not.
I would like teenagers or anybody that might be going through depression to know that they really don't want to do this. If they can just get through this moment of sadness or this time, reach out for help, do whatever it takes to not go that far. It's just a temporary fix, but then it's a permanent thing to your friends and family. We will never get any relief from this until the day we die.
And certainly life can be worth living. They need to hold on to that and believe that, because there are great times ahead for them if they will just push through that.
Yeah.